MrBeast is currently the biggest creator on the face of the internet, with a net worth of nearly $1 billion. How did he do it? That's exactly what we're talking about in today's video. My name is Nathan, and this is the Blueprint channel where we help creators build valuable attention. And if you're wondering who the heck I am, I've been a YouTuber for 12 years, and I've published 5,000 videos to the platform of YouTube that have gained me 40 million subscribers. Now, of course, I am not MrBeast, but I want to explain some of his genius growth strategies that he was able to use to grow from 0 to over 300 million subscribers. And you gotta remember, Jimmy is only 26 years old. That's incredible. So I hope you got your notepad or something to take notes, because let's dive into the success of MrBeast. We're gonna break this video up into two parts. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go year by year his videos and how they changed. Then the second part, I'm gonna reveal his top 3 growth strategies. So let's begin with the history of MrBeast. Got all the history right here on my laptop. Year 1, this was like 11 or 12 years ago, he started with Minecraft videos. Pretty much how every YouTuber starts. I started with Minecraft videos, PewDiePie started with Minecraft videos, but his first 2 videos were a Minecraft trap video and a Harry Potter mod. Obviously, if you see these videos, you don't really think of MrBeast, but this was his first couple videos. His second year of YouTube, he started doing some Minecraft videos and a bunch of Call of Duty videos. Now you can see the young MrBeast start to copy trends from other creators. So he would try to do the highest kill streak videos, which kind of reminds me of what the FaZe Clan would do back in the day, but he's kind of getting in the groove of making YouTube videos. Year number 3, this is where it actually starts getting interesting. He started uploading random videos like, how much money do YouTubers make? How much money do athletes make? How much money do animators make?
How much does PewDiePie make? And to be honest, it's probably none of our business how much PewDiePie makes off of YouTube, but this video is for entertainment purposes, and I just want to show you the earning possibilities through YouTube.
He also had a bunch of random videos about PewDiePie, because I believe at the time PewDiePie was the biggest YouTuber on the platform, which I just thought was very interesting. Year 4 of MrBeast's career, now he has completely cut out the gaming videos, and now he's making videos about YouTube analytics, subscriber goals, becoming successful on YouTube, YouTuber statistic videos. He's also making videos about the richest people in the world. I just think this is interesting. But let's jump to year 5. Year 5, it is kind of similar. He's making videos called How Much Money Do YouTubers Make? He also hit 5,000 subscribers, and then he hit 7,000 subscribers a little bit later that year. He also put up a video about him selling his PlayStation 4. Interesting. And then later this year, he started making more videos with his face. So he started showing his face on camera. So we got Psycho Friend Destroys My Laptop, I Got Bored, Pranks That Went Wrong, Struggles of Being a YouTuber, Worst Meme Video, and it also looks like on year 5, he hit 100,000 subscribers. So it took MrBeast 5 years to get to 100,000 subscribers. But one thing that I thought was very interesting on year 5 is he started uploading videos that sparked curiosity, interesting ideas that you want to click on. And this is where we start seeing the very first version of MrBeast. So he uploaded a video called Counting to 10,000 in One Sitting. He also uploaded a video called Cutting a Table in Half with Plastic Knives. We're looking at the very first style of MrBeast videos. Now, if we fast forward into year 6, this is when MrBeast starts becoming MrBeast. So he started to do these challenge type videos like I mailed myself in a box, blowing up a $1,000 keyboard, I counted to 100,000, magnet life hacks, giving a homeless man $10,000, which is actually a genius idea, watching Dance Till You're Dead for 10 hours, reading the longest English word, watching It's Everyday Bro for 10 hours straight. This is the first year that Jimmy is starting to stand out. He's starting to make videos on his channel that are completely different than anyone else on the platform. Now, if we jump over to year 7, of course, the videos get more insane. 2,256 miles in one Uber ride, giving my mom $100,000, tipping Uber drivers $10,000. I bought a car using only pennies. I tipped a waitress $20,000, destroying my friend's car and buying him a new one. You get the point. Every single video is super unique, super creative, And this is where MrBeast starts going crazy in year number 8. Year 8 is when he starts posting some of his most viral videos, like last to leave the circle wins $10,000, $100,000 Orbeez in my friend's backyard, homeless man buys a Lamborghini. This is when he starts going mega viral. And then of course, year 9, year 10, the videos just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I've been a creator myself for 12 years. And obviously there's tons of different strategies that you can use to grow. There's so many ways to grow a channel, but these are the 3 things that stood out to me when following Jimmy's career and watching him grow his channel from nearly nothing to being the biggest creator on the platform. These are the 3 things that really stood out to me. And you can take these things, you can apply these things to your own channel to become successful. But the first thing is pressure. Without pressure, you simply cannot become great. Everyone knows that diamonds are made with very intense heat and pressure. And that's kind of how MrBeast treated his YouTube channel. I'm gonna get very real here for a second, but I think one of the most difficult things about YouTube is that you do everything yourself and you're not really directly competing with someone, so it's really hard to get better. A perfect example is a sport like basketball. When I'm playing basketball, I can directly see my opponent. I can see the moves they make. I can adjust my moves to get better. I can see the scoreboard. I can see that I'm losing. But when you're a YouTuber, a creator, it's kind of like you're playing golf, where you're just by yourself. You have to get better by yourself. Everything is lonely and no one's really pushing you to get better. Now, Jimmy was an absolute genius when he did this because he pushed himself to make a better video after every single upload. He made his last video his competition, so the next video that he would post would be 1 times, 5 times, maybe even 10 times better. When I was growing my YouTube channel from 0 to 1 million subscribers, one of the biggest problems I had was creativity. Being a content creator is all about being creative, but sometimes it's hard and ideas are messy, unorganized, all over the place. So that's why I developed Blueprint. Think of your Blueprint as your brain as a content creator. This is a place where you can store and organize all of your video ideas, your content calendar, your release dates, your filming dates, your video scripts, your thumbnails, all connected in one place. Me and my team built this as a tool that we could use for our YouTube channels, but now it's time to share it with the world. And the best part about it is that it's 100% free. You can make an account today, right now, using this link right here, or check the link in the top of the description. I promise you'll love it. And Jimmy pushed himself to the point where he became the #1 YouTuber. He was the guy spending more money on all of his videos than anyone else. And when you push yourself to that #1 spot, you have no competition. So making your last video that you post your competition can be one of the smartest things that you can do to grow your YouTube channel. Simply look at your last video and find 3, 4, or 5 things to improve and improve it on your next video. And Jimmy did this for years on years on years. He improved everything about his video. He improved the video ideas, the filming, the editing, the personality, everything, even the budgets of the video. He started spending $10,000 on a video, and then $100,000, then $500,000, then $1 million, and some of his recent videos, he's spending over $3 million producing them. And even some of the most successful companies in the world use this. So Sam Walton from Walmart, one of the biggest grocery stores in the world, had a system called Beat Yesterday. So basically what they would do is they would track sales on a daily basis and they would compare it to that same day last year. Their goal was to beat yesterday. They were always trying to improve, always trying to get better against themselves. Another thing Jimmy did, and he talks about this a lot very publicly, is he would study and obsess over YouTube. I mean, it consumed his entire life. He would constantly get groups of creators together and they would share analytics. They would talk about YouTube. They would talk about how to go viral. They were just obsessed with YouTube. So how exactly do you get good at becoming a creator? Well, there is 4 ways. The first way is what I just talked about. Make your last video your competition. Learn from your own content. Constantly improve and innovate your videos. The second way is by reading books. There's tons of great books out there about storytelling and so many different things that you can learn and apply to your videos. The third way is learning from other creators. You can get a group of creators together and learn from them, teach each other analytics, and take take notes and advice from each other's channels. And the fourth way is to surround yourself with successful people. Now, these successful people could be successful creators, or they could be people that are successful in other areas of life. Maybe they're very disciplined in the gym. Maybe they have a real estate company. Like, if you're surrounding yourself with successful people, you have a chance to become the next successful person. You are the people that you hang out with. A lot of people say MrBeast is like a snake eating his own tail, because how much can you raise the bar? How much can you spend on a YouTube video? And a lot of people say, well, eventually he's gonna run out of money because you can't spend that much on a YouTube video, and I completely disagree. But here's the thing you gotta understand, money is not what makes a YouTube video great. It's the video idea. And there's tons of great video ideas that MrBeast has uploaded that have not actually required a ton of money. Not every single video requires millions of dollars to be great. There's tons of viral videos on YouTube that are very cheaply made that don't require millions of dollars. A perfect example is, look at my channel. I have videos that have 70 million, 80 million, 90 million views, and they're actually some of my cheapest videos. Moving on to point number 2, diamonds. Jimmy is a genius because he is cooking up these diamonds. Now, I know we just talked about pressure, but his ideas are diamonds. Let me read this quote from Gordon Ramsay. He says, first of all, for me, the secret is in the ingredients. You don't need to spend fortunes on organic foods and start becoming way over budget. The better the ingredients, the littler that needs doing to it. So the best ingredients need less things added to them, just like the best videos on YouTube need less things inside. Jimmy figured out that if he can think of the best video idea, then everything else can work out for him. Now, of course, he still had to put a lot of work into the filming and the editing and so many different things, but it all starts with the idea. That's where everything begins for his channel. If he can think of a diamond, a golden idea, he can get successful. Now, one of the things that is genius is that all of his video ideas relate to money, and money ultimately rules the world. It controls our lives, it controls how we spend things, it controls what we eat, it controls where we live, it controls so many things, whether you like it or not. Now, of course, life is not about money. Life is about happiness and fulfillment and love and all these other things, but look at the lottery, look at gambling, look at all of these things that people are obsessed over. And I also think it's funny and interesting that MrBeast made videos in the past talking about how rich YouTubers are and how much money they make and all of these things, and then in the future, all of his videos are about money. I'm not saying money is bad or anything, I'm just saying people are obsessed with money. A lot of people care about money. A lot of people care about how much money they make and all of these different things, so it makes sense that Jimmy is gonna focus on money. Giving away tons of money, that's what makes people click on the videos. That is simply one part, one function of the diamond video idea. Another thing that makes his ideas absolute diamonds is that Jimmy does things that we all know and we're all curious about, but we've never seen happen. For example, I remember as a kid, I always wanted to play Monopoly with real money. And of course, Jimmy did that. Does anyone remember that commercial? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Well, that commercial is actually one of the most successful commercials in the world. And Jimmy basically did that by counting to 100,000. He also invented his own trends and his own challenges, like the last to leave challenges. I believe he was one of the first YouTubers to ever do videos like this, where it's last to leave. And of course, he did so many different versions of last to leave. So he is not only making these diamond ideas, but he's also starting trends on the platform. Another thing about MrBeast is he's absolutely obsessed with his viewers. He's obsessed with how they work, what they like consuming, what makes them laugh, what makes them entertained. He's obsessed with retention. Now, this kind of reminds me of Jeff Bezos and Amazon. If you know anything about Amazon and Jeff Bezos, you know that one of his core principles of his entire company is to become obsessed with the customer. That's like their number one focus. Everything they do, all of their core values are centered around being obsessed with the customer, because simply without the customer, without the viewer, the business and the YouTube channel is nothing. For example, if you've been on Amazon, you probably know that Amazon has 2-day shipping, which is crazy. Before Amazon did 2-day shipping, no other company in the world tried to do this. And if they did do it, it was very expensive, but they offered it for free. And the whole reason Amazon did this was because of the customer. It's simple. Customers wanted packages faster. And Jeff Bezos was not interested in building things that made money in the short term. He was always looking 10 years, 15 years, 20 years ahead, which is something that I think Jimmy is doing with his YouTube channel. Another thing that makes Jimmy's ideas absolute diamonds is that he would do things so differently from any other creators. He would always try to one-up people and make his ideas just so big. A perfect example is most creators would have a, normal fancy car, and then you have MrBeast. Most creators would do a normal watermelon challenge where you grab the rubber bands and put it around a watermelon, and of course this is my video.
Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on with it? No! Oh!
And then you have MrBeast doing it with a safe.
Dude,
What about, has anyone ever heard the saying, maybe your parents say this to you, they say, money doesn't grow on trees, I'm not made of money. Well, of course, MrBeast made that video. Money does grow on trees. And that brings me to point number 3, our final point. Jimmy is a chef. You see, most creators, when they start out, they are a cook. And basically, when you're a cook, you follow a recipe. And this is exactly what I did. This is even what MrBeast did when he started his channel. And when you follow a recipe, you get inspiration. You look up to other creators and you kind of copy what they're doing. And then eventually, over time, you transition into a chef. And when you're a chef, you are now designing your own recipe. There's no one you're looking up to. You are the chef. And that's exactly what Jimmy was able to do. Now, what I'm explaining is something very difficult to do and takes a very long time. For Jimmy, it took him about 6 or 8 years to turn into a chef from a cook. But it's something required to get hundreds and billions of views. Now, one thing about successful creators is once they turn into a chef, they think they can stay a chef. But that's not how it works. You can get downgraded back to a cook, which is why Jimmy constantly progresses, constantly makes his videos better and better and better and better. You see, a lot of people think, oh, once I hit 1 million subscribers, I'm gonna make it in life and it's gonna be great. That's not true, because once you have 1 million subscribers, now you have something to lose. And now you have to keep those 1 million people entertained every week, every month, and every year. Otherwise, everything that you built is just going to crumble. And if you want to stay being a chef of a creator, you need to always be chasing the better version of yourself, always improving, innovating things, and trying new things. And at the same time, you also have to be very disciplined at what you do, because ultimately that's where success comes from. I mean, Jimmy was very disciplined, uploading videos every week and every day for years and years and years and years, and seeing little to no results. So the way you become a chef is by putting in thousands of reps, uploading thousands of videos. There is simply no other way. Becoming a famous YouTuber is no different than becoming a professional NFL player, a professional baseball player, a professional soccer, football player. You have to put in thousands of reps. You have to play thousands of games. You have to kick 10,000 balls. There's no other way. It's a lot of work, but Jimmy has done it. Congratulations, my friend. So that's gonna wrap it up for my little study on MrBeast. Now, of course, I could make a very in-depth video about MrBeast, the success of his channel. I could go very deeper in depth about his strategies. If you guys wanna see a part 2, a part 3, and a part 4, I actually have them ready to go. All I gotta do is film them. So leave a like on this video, click that subscribe button, and till then, I'll see y'all next week. Definitely be sure to subscribe. We upload videos every single week teaching you how to be a better creator.